Peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 1. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So, we find out that Garcelle and Sutton both don't like cheesecake. I just can't believe this. I said, what? Who doesn't like cheesecake? But anyway, I was really excited to see that their friendship is still progressing. I did notice online, during the off season that they did spend time together. They posted photos together. So it seems that their friendship is legitimate because they're still close on and off the show. They were in Miami for a charity event for Haiti, which I thought was wonderful to see them together. And then they showed some flashbacks where her sisters were at the charity event and Sutton had a chance to meet them. So I really do like this friendship, and I look forward to seeing more of Sutton and Garcelle together. And peeps, in case you cannot tell, I'm still in the middle of COVID, so my voice is still off. But we're just going to keep trucking. Today is a good day, so I'm going to try to do as much as I can because I'm several shows behind. Lisa Rinna stopped by Erica's house. She was telling Erica about her photo shoot for her Rinna Beauty, and they showed some pictures of her showing Lois one of her new items, a lipstick that was named I Love Lois. And I thought that was so cute. It melted my heart. I really did like Lois. I think Lois was the best thing Lisa ever did for the show. We find out that Erica is back on the dating scene. However, she's more interested in the sex than dating, and she's making sure that she's getting plenty of it. But she also made sure to tell us that she was having good sex. So I guess that's letting us know that the sex with Tom wasn't the best. But did anybody think that it was? Then Lisa brings up the charity event situation that happened on Watch What Happens Live a few months after filming and before current season filming started, when Andy was talking to Sutton about the controversy between Garcelle and Lisa Rinna, when Garcelle thanked her in person but did not send her a thank you follow-up text message. And Sutton let everybody know that she had purchased a table at the Elton John at an Elton John charity event, and she invited Lisa and Harry and did not receive a thank you. Now, Sutton also says that when you give something from your heart, you should not request a thank you, but I don't understand how Lisa could be so hard on Garcelle when you can't even thank Sutton for letting you come to this charity event. Now, Lisa said that she always goes to that charity event, but somebody who is nosy, bloggers, they pulled up the actual event, and there's a list, I guess, of who bought tables at the event, and Lisa and Harry were not on there. It was Sutton's table, and she should have said thank you. Now, honey, it's something when somebody who really doesn't even like you stands up for you. Erica says she brought it up probably to show that she's a loyal friend to Garcelle. And Lisa said she would never do somebody like that. She would never do that to a friend. And the only thing I could think of was the way she treated Denise Richards. You said that she was your friend for about 20 years and you didn't have any problem treating her like crap. Or when Sutton's first season on the show, you said that she was your good friend, but that didn't stop you from yelling and screaming at Sutton. Something else I thought was weird about Lisa's reaction is she's so upset about being embarrassed on national TV, but she was all for Kyle calling Garcelle out about allegedly not paying for her auction when Kyle was having her charity event. So miss me with that BS, Lisa Rinna. And I tell you what, I'm giving them 2 episodes to deal with this charity event and the thank yous and the thank you text. Please do not drag this out all season. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has a way of dragging one small thing out for at least 6 to 7 episodes. Please don't do that. Then we see Sutton and Crystal. Sutton came over to Crystal's house to see her new renovations that she's doing in the basement. And I was just happy to see that both of them are getting along. It turns out that during the off season, they hooked up and hashed everything out. And I am so glad to see it, because that feud back and forth was really exhausting. And I was tired of hearing about it. Garcelle goes for a workout with Erica, and she says that she's not really sure where her and Erica stand, but she did want to have a conversation with Erica, and she wanted to let Erica know that her treatment of Sutton was not okay. She asked Erica would she apologize to Sutton, and Erica said no. For what? She didn't feel that she owed Sutton an apology. She says that Sutton continued to bring up the subject, dig and pick at her all season, and when you keep swiping at someone, they're definitely going to swipe back at you. That is something that I can't agree with. If someone continues to pick, of course they're going to get swatted at. You know what I mean? However, Sutton was not picking. She was just trying to get the facts. It was already out in public. The rest of the girls were talking about it, and Garcelle even brought that up. She says to Erica, but all the rest of the girls were talking about it too. Why are you so upset with Sutton? And she says that she's upset with Sutton because Sutton was leading the charge. These are all grown women. Are you kidding me?
Sutton chose to repeat things and say things that have been disproven now. You know, there was never $20 whatever million in my LLC. The bankruptcy trustee says Erica Girardi never touched the Bel-Air money.
Oh, okay. Other than Erica saying that they've been disproven, I've seen nothing. Not in the paper, not in the blogs, nowhere.
Without,
all the girls saying things?
Yeah, but she led the charge.
How and when was this disproven?
I don't know. You'll have to go check all that out, but it was disproven early, so Bravo can do their due diligence.
So wait, is everything dismissed?
No, it's not dismissed.
Okay.
Now, honey, listen. I am Team Garcelle 100%. The trustees have not said that. That is not what was said. That is not what they said. I do know that one of the cases was dropped, but it was dropped for jurisdiction reasons, and it was supposed to be, and I don't know if it was or not because I've been dead to the world for almost a week, was supposed to be refiled in the correct jurisdiction. Erica is not off the hook. The woman is slightly delusional. I have to agree with Garcelle, and I didn't really like the way she spoke to the producer. She was quite rude. It was weird to me too that she tells the producer to go out and read everything that her lawyer has posted. And I said, everything that your lawyer has posted? No, ma'am. For the facts, we go to what the trustee has posted. We don't care what your lawyer says. Later after that, we see Garcelle having a conversation over the phone with Dorit. And I said, well, look at this. It looks like Dorit and Garcelle have buried the hatchet. I am so happy about that, because last year, Dorit was really doing way too much, arguing back and forth and causing issues with Garcelle. And I will not forget that comment that she made about Garcelle trying to start arguments with her to stay relevant. Girl, that was hilarious, because nobody knew who the hell Dorit was until she was on the Housewives. I'm just saying. Later that same evening, when Dorit's home was broken into, and I mean, I just couldn't imagine it. I really could not. The fear, the panic, just a rush of emotions, not knowing what's going to happen. Are you going to survive? Or my baby's going to survive? All of that. I mean, all the girls rushed to her, and it was nice to see them all just show up. They didn't have makeup on. They didn't have their perfect hair, perfect nails, any of that. They just showed up, and I thought that that was beautiful. Then we see Sutton stop by Kyle's house, the house that Sutton had rented from Kyle and almost burnt up the fireplace. She stops by. Okay, now, so this Sutton that showed up at Kyle's house, I don't know who she is. I don't know. I don't know if this is Sutton saying, I'm not here for the BS this season. You guys are not going to mistreat me. I am not here for it. But she came into Kyle's house and she gave 0 Fs, okay? I'm sorry. Sutton is not here for the mess.
And I was on the phone with PK, who was bawling.
I've been putting out fires all day today, too. Immigration is just Listen.
That doesn't seem like a fire after what.
Well, it is for me.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I wasn't held at gunpoint, I'm sorry.
We argue, we say things, you know.
I just disagree already, but
I didn't speak up at Kathy's house. I know that she probably left that night, Kathy's house, and laid in her bed crying her eyes out.
feeling sorry for her after how she treated me at that dinner.
I'm not
Are you
expecting you.
kidding me? Go talk to all those victims. Go talk to their families. They're crying. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I get in trouble, but the men don't.
PK, I know?
PK and your
And
husband.
my husband.
You know, Kyle was ready to cry. I mean, she was ready for her close-up, and Sutton was not here for it. Now, do I think that Sutton should have been a little more compassionate? Yes. You not being able to get the visa worked out for your fashion designer, you know, is not the same as this woman being burglarized and traumatized. I mean, daggone it, Sutton. I mean, Kyle was ready, but Sutton, she said, not today. Oh, no, man.
Your reaction to LVP crying about her brother's death and you saying we all have issues. Why the double standard?
Well, I knew that was coming.
Got this a lot on Twitter.
I don't know. I can't go back to, obviously, I already apologized for that a long time ago, but I can't go back to that. I mean, I was literally in the moment, just left Dorit's house.
Kyle trying to get past the whole thing that she said to Lisa Vanderpump, that was disgusting. It seems that the Housewives has a history of being extremely disrespectful when someone passes away. I can't go back there. Let's go. I mean, seriously, stop it, Kyle. You know what? I have to agree with Sutton. The only people that deserve sympathy are the victims. You know, the widows, the orphans, the cancer victims, the burn victims. Not Erica. Kyle is just trying to save face. She's trying to make up with Erica. And I appreciate Sutton bringing up the fact that the men just get away with the way that they were talking and laughing. And Kyle's tried to say PK, and Sutton said, and your husband too. Sutton is over it. She's not going to let Kyle gaslight her. This is just crazy to me. And I don't know why Sutton would have this conversation with Kyle anyway. She does make the comment that she has seen who Erica is as a friend and as a person, and she doesn't want to be friends with her. And I think she should have that same sentiment about Kyle. You have seen who she is as a friend and as a person, and she is always throwing Sutton under the bus. Everything that Sutton said at Kyle's house, you know she's going to tell Erica as soon as they get past this Dorit situation. The comment that Sutton made about Erica looking for the same thing because Erica's looking for a man with money to support her lifestyle because she misses her big house and her jewelry and all of her, you know, prized possessions. I thought, okay, Sutton, now, I know you don't like Erica, but that's not your business and it doesn't matter. Go for what you want and let her go after whatever it is she needs to get. But what I thought was crazy is Lisa Rinna decided to get involved on Instagram after, you know, once the show aired. So Lisa gets online and she says something about, oh yeah, that's right, Sutton worked her ass off to have the money that she has, and then like a laughing emoji. I guess it takes a gold digger to know one. She's rich, honey, she's rich because of her ex-husband, and hey, more power to her. However you got your cash, that's just own it, baby. Sutton responds to Lisa, now Lisa, you know that I've known my ex since we were kids. Don't be doing this. And that's true. Sutton and her ex had been together since they were 13 years old. So they build their money together. Lisa replies to Sutton, so if he stopped paying your monthly, what then? You'd be in the same spot as Erica. Don't be starting something you can't win. And then Lisa replied again, ooh, you're so angry. I hit a nerve. Then she comes back again and says, also, I thought Sutton was just too busy in her life to see this tabloid sort of stuff happening. She sure saw this, didn't she? Lisa is somebody who is just trying to be the center of attention. This was between Erica and Lisa. You did not need to jump in. So all the girls decide to get together at Kyle's house to show some support to Dorit.
Hi.
You hurt my feelings, Mauricio.
I'm so sorry to hear
You
that.
hurt my
I would never want to hurt your feelings. I am very
This last
sorry.
year has sucked for me.
Well, it was a Yeah, I am sorry.
Thank you.
Believe this? Can you believe this? You hurt my feelings. Get the hell out of here with that. And I would also like to say that when they were on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen introduced Mauricio as the sexiest housewife husband out of all the franchises. I need Andy Cohen to realize that Mauricio has been replaced, okay, by Sonia's husband, Ross. He is now officially the sexiest house husband. I'm just saying, in my opinion.
Who doesn't know the details that you told us this morning? Can you?
I don't know anything.
When he saw me, he panicked, and he charged at me, grabbed me, put me down. Get down to the ground! I'm gonna kill you! Put a gun to me, and I was just hunched over. Please, please, I have little babies. Please, I'm a mother. Please, I beg of you. My kids need me. Please, let them see you.
You need to get in therapy, Dorit.
Right away. I know.
Yeah, Garcelle. They had a gun to her head.
Yes. Please don't take my cell phone, please. He said, count to 40. I will leave your phone by the gate.
Wow.
Yeah. And he left.
Wow. And he did.
Okay.
Okay, so did anybody else think it was weird that Kyle said, well, Mauricio doesn't know the story, so can you tell him? I thought, why would you ask this lady to relive the worst time of her life? Why? You know good and daggone well you could have told Mauricio what was going on. I do agree with Erica that Dorit should definitely get some therapy. Did anybody else thought it was weird that the robber actually left her cell phone? I mean, you just terrorized this woman and stole everything in her home, but you complied with leaving her cell phone. I don't know, maybe he thought he was doing a good gesture of the day. Did anybody else think it was odd that Erica shouts out to Garcelle? Garcelle, they had a gun to her head. And the look on Erica's face, but also the reaction of Kyle. I said, well, what the heck is happening here? It was just all weird. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've been robbed at gunpoint before. And when you see Dorit saying to herself over and over, I'm okay, I was that person. So I totally get her. It's so scary and you never forget it, and it's gonna be some time. She's definitely gonna need some therapy. But if I'm being honest, if that happened to me, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving my kids at home with PK's assistant and security. There's no way that I would not have my entire body wrapped around those kids. I just could not do it. And to have PK show up at Kyle's house to see his wife after this trauma for the first time right there, it just seemed odd. And I don't know if it's just me or what, but I feel that I would want to be home with my kids. I would want my husband to get there, and I would want us to try to reconcile, heal, and talk about this, just the two of us, before I'm out, with the gang. And I also noticed that Kathy, Sutton, and Crystal were not there. I don't know. I guess we'll be figuring out what's up with that. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.